I never believed in ghost stories. I believed in facts, in evidence, in things that could be explained. That changed the night I arrived in Blackridge. It was a forgotten town hidden between endless forests and empty roads. No tourists, no traffic, no noise. Just silence. The kind of silence that makes you feel as if someone is watching you. I came because my grandfather had died. He left me his old house. Everyone in town seemed surprised that I actually came to claim it. Whenever I mentioned his name, people stopped talking. Some looked away. Others simply walked off without saying a word. The house stood at the very end of Willow Street, old wooden walls, dust covering every room. A clock frozen at exactly 3:03. It had stopped years ago, or so I thought. That first evening I unpacked my bags outside. Rain slowly began to fall. The wind whispered through the trees. The entire town seemed to sleep before midnight. At exactly 3:03, I heard it. 3 slow knocks. Knock, knock, knock. Not on my front door. Far away. Somewhere outside. I looked through the window. Nothing. Just the empty street. Curiosity defeated fear. I grabbed a flashlight and stepped outside. The rain had stopped. Fog covered everything. Then, at the end of the street, I saw it. A single black wooden door, standing completely alone. No walls, no building, just a door. It looked ancient. Its surface was covered with strange carvings I couldn't understand. I was certain it had not been there before. I walked closer. Every step felt heavier. The air grew colder. The silence became unbearable. When I was only a few feet away, I noticed something impossible. The door was slightly moving, as if someone on the other side was trying to open it. My heart started racing. I reached toward the old brass handle. My fingers were only inches away. Then, 3 slow knocks came again. This time, from the other side of the door. Knock, knock, knock. And then, someone whispered my name. The whisper froze every muscle in my body. It knew my name. Not loudly, not violently, but gently. Almost as if it had been waiting for me. I stepped back. The street was empty. No footsteps, no wind. No sound except my own breathing. The black door slowly stopped moving. The silence returned. I should have run. Every instinct told me to leave instead. I reached for the brass handle. It was freezing cold. The moment I touched it, the carvings across the door began to glow with a faint silver light. One by one, like they were waking up. The handle turned by itself. The door opened only a few inches. A cold breath escaped from the darkness beyond. It smelled like old wood, dust, and rain that had fallen 100 years ago. I pulled the door open. Behind it was not a room, not a house, not even another street. There was only a long corridor stretching into complete darkness. Its walls were made of old stone. Ancient lanterns hung from the ceiling. Every flame burned with pale blue fire. I took one step inside, then another. The moment both feet crossed the doorway, the door slammed shut behind me. I spun around. There was no handle on this side, only smooth black wood. I tried to push it. Nothing! I shouted, no answer! Then, I noticed something strange. The corridor wasn't silent anymore. Someone else was breathing. Slowly, somewhere ahead. I raised my flashlight. The beam disappeared into the darkness. Too dark, as if the light itself was being swallowed. Then I heard footsteps. One step, another. They were getting closer. I couldn't see anyone, but I knew someone was walking toward me. The footsteps stopped only a few feet away. Silence. Then a voice whispered, "You're late." Before I could answer, a photograph slowly floated down from the darkness and landed at my feet. I picked it up. It was an old black and white picture. A family standing in front of this very house. My grandfather was there. A young woman stood beside him. And between them was a little boy. I turned the picture over. Written on the back were 5 words. He never escaped the door. Then I looked closer at the little boy's face. It was me. It was me. I stared at the photograph. It couldn't be real. The little boy looked exactly like me. The same eyes, the same scar above the left eyebrow, the same face. My hands began to shake. There had to be an explanation. Someone had to be playing a cruel joke. But deep inside, I already knew the truth was something far worse. Suddenly, the blue lanterns flickered, one after another. The corridor grew darker. Then, I heard a child's laughter, soft, distant, echoing through the endless hallway. "Hello." My voice disappeared into the darkness. No answer. laughter. I followed the sound. The stone floor felt colder with every step. The air became heavy, as if the corridor itself didn't want me there. Minutes passed, or maybe hours. Time felt different inside this place. Then I saw another door, unlike the first one. This door was white, old, covered with cracks. A small brass plate was nailed to the front. It read, Room 17. I slowly pushed it open. Inside was a bedroom. Everything was frozen in time. An old wooden bed, a rocking chair, a toy train lying on the floor. Dust covered every surface. It looked as though no one had entered for decades. Then I noticed the wall. Hundreds of dates had been scratched into the wood. Every few days, another mark. Someone had been counting time, near the final mark. One sentence had been carved deeply into the wall. Don't trust the man without a shadow. My heartbeat quickened. I turned toward the window, outside. There was no sky, no trees, no town, only endless black fog. Then, the rocking chair moved, very slowly, back and forth, back and forth, back. No one was sitting in it. I stepped backward. The toy train suddenly rolled across the floor by itself. It stopped right beside my feet. A tiny paper note was tied to it. With trembling hands, I unfolded it. It contained only one sentence. He's already behind you. My blood ran cold. I froze. I didn't want to turn around. I knew if I looked, everything would change forever. Then, very slowly, I saw a long shadow stretch across the floor in front of me. But when I looked down, I realized something impossible. The shadow wasn't mine. Wasn't mine. The shadow stopped only inches from my feet. I still couldn't move. My heart pounded so hard it echoed through the empty room. Slowly, I turned around. No one was there. The room was empty. The rocking chair had stopped moving. The toy train was exactly where it had been. But the shadow, it remained, standing in the middle of the room without an owner. Then, it began to move, not across the floor, but upward, like a person slowly standing to full height. A shape formed inside the darkness, tall, thin, wearing what looked like an old black coat. Its face was hidden, not by a hood, not by darkness. There simply wasn't a face at all, only emptiness. It lifted one arm and pointed toward the hallway. Then it vanished. The shadow disappeared as if it had never existed. For several seconds, I couldn't breathe. Then I heard another sound. Footsteps, running, This time, not toward me, away from me. I rushed into the corridor. Far ahead, someone was running through the blue light. A young woman. She kept looking over her shoulder, as if something terrible was chasing her. "Wait!" I shouted. She stopped. Very slowly she turned around. She looked terrified. "You shouldn't be here," she whispered. Before I could ask who she was, every lantern went out. Darkness swallowed the corridor. I heard her scream, a long, horrifying scream. Then silence. The blue flames returned one by one. The woman was gone. Only a silver necklace lay on the stone floor. Inside the small pendant was an old photograph. I opened it. It showed my grandfather, standing beside the same young woman. They were smiling. On the back of the photo, someone had written, "If you find this, I'm already dead." As I slipped the necklace into my pocket, a deep metallic bell echoed through the corridor. Once, twice, 3 times. Every door along the hallway slowly began to open. Dozens of doors, all at once. From inside each one, someone whispered my name. Every door stood open. Hundreds of whispers filled the corridor. They all spoke my name. Some voices sounded old, some sounded young. Some were terrified, others were calm. But every single one of them knew exactly who I was. I covered my ears. It made no difference. The whispers weren't entering through my ears. They were inside my mind. Then, one voice became louder than all the others. "Find the keeper." The rest disappeared. Silence returned at the far end of the corridor. A single lantern burned with a golden flame instead of blue. I walked toward it. The walls slowly changed. The old stone became polished black marble. The air grew warmer. The whispers never returned. At the end of the hallway stood an enormous circular room, shelves stretched from floor to ceiling. Thousands, no, millions of old books filled the walls. In the center stood a man wearing a long, dark coat. His hair was completely white. His eyes were unlike anything I had ever seen. One was bright blue. The other was completely black. He didn't seem surprised to see me. Instead, he smiled. "I've been waiting for you." "Who are you?" I asked. "The keeper." "Where am I?" He slowly closed the book in his hands. "You are standing between worlds." I frowned. "I don't understand." Every black door that has ever appeared, every person who has ever vanished, every forgotten memory eventually finds its way here. I felt my stomach tighten. My grandfather. Was he here? The keeper looked at me for several long seconds. Then he nodded. He came many years ago. Did he escape? The old man remained silent. Finally, he answered, "No one escapes. They only leave something behind." He walked toward a massive wooden cabinet. Inside were hundreds of small glass bottles. Each one glowed softly. What are those? Memories. My grandfather's memories. Everyone leaves one. The keeper carefully picked up a single bottle. Inside it, a little boy was laughing in the rain. I stared in disbelief. It was me, not someone who looked like me. Me, when I was no older than 6. The keeper whispered, "You've already been here once." I stepped backward. "That's impossible." He gently placed the bottle into my hands. "Open it, and you'll remember." The glass suddenly became warm. Tiny cracks spread across its surface. Then, the bottle shattered by itself, and everything around me disappeared into darkness. Darkness surrounded me. There was no floor beneath my feet, no walls, no sound, only endless blackness. Then, a tiny light appeared in the distance. It slowly grew brighter. The darkness dissolved. I was standing on Willow Street again. But something was wrong. The cars looked different. The houses were freshly painted. Children were playing outside. The town was alive. I looked at my hands. They were transparent. I wasn't really there. I was watching a memory. A little boy ran across the street. He laughed as he chased a paper airplane through the wind. I recognized him immediately. It was me, 6 years old, happy, without a single fear. Then I saw him, my grandfather, much younger than I had ever known him. He smiled at me, or rather, at the child I used to be. He carried an old wooden box beneath one arm. Suddenly, the church bell rang 3 times. Everyone in the street froze. Every smile disappeared without saying a word. The people hurried inside their homes. Doors slammed shut, windows closed. The entire town became silent. My grandfather looked toward the end of the street. His face turned pale. Then, the black door appeared, exactly where I had seen it years later. The little boy, my younger self, noticed it too. Curiosity sparkled in his eyes. Before anyone could stop him, he ran toward it. "No!" my grandfather shouted. He dropped the wooden box and sprinted after me. But he was too late. The child reached the brass handle the moment his fingers touched the metal. The door slowly opened. A voice drifted from the darkness. Soft, warm, was comforting. "Come inside." The little boy smiled. He took one step forward, then another. He disappeared into the darkness. My grandfather reached the doorway only seconds later. Without hesitation, he followed. The black door slammed shut. The street fell silent once again. The memory began to fade, everything blurred. Just before the vision vanished, I heard my grandfather's voice. "If you ever remember this place, don't trust the keeper." The memory shattered like broken glass. I opened my eyes. I was back inside the endless library. The keeper was gone. The room was empty, except for one thing. On the table, where he had been standing, lay my grandfather's old wooden box. Slowly, the lid creaked open by itself. Inside was a key made of pure black metal. Attached to it was a faded note. It read, "The last door must never be unlocked."
The black key felt strangely warm in my hand. It wasn't made of ordinary metal. It almost felt alive. The moment I picked it up, every lantern in the library went dark, one after another, until only a single golden light remained. At the far end of the room, the keeper stepped out of the shadows. His expression had changed. For the first time, he looked afraid. "You should not have touched that key." I tightened my grip. My grandfather left it for me. The keeper slowly nodded. "Yes, because he knew one day you would return." I stared at him. He told me not to trust you. Silence. The keeper closed his eyes. When people are afraid, they rarely understand the truth. "Then tell me the truth." He walked toward one of the towering bookshelves. Thousands of books began sliding back by themselves behind them. A massive black stone door was revealed. It was unlike every other door I had seen. Its surface was perfectly smooth. No carvings, no handle, only one keyhole. The exact shape of the key in my hand. "The last door," the keeper whispered. "What happens if I open it?" He looked directly into my eyes. "You end this place forever. Then why stop me?" "Because the prison will disappear." "Prison?" The keeper nodded. "This place was never built to trap people. It was built to trap something else." A deep vibration echoed beneath the floor. The walls trembled, dust drifted from the ceiling. The keeper's voice became almost a whisper. For centuries, every person who entered through the black door gave up a memory. Those memories became the chains. The prison remained sealed. My heart sank, and if I unlock it, the chains break. The vibration grew stronger. A low growl rolled through the library, not from outside, from behind the last door. Something huge moved on the other side. Then, a slow scratch as if enormous claws were dragging across stone. The keeper stepped back. You hear it now. What is it? He didn't answer. Instead, he whispered 4 words. It remembers your name. The growling stopped. Silence. Then, a deep voice came through the stone. Calm. Ancient. Impossible to ignore. I've been waiting for you. The black key suddenly began pulling itself toward the lock. I fought to hold it back, every muscle burned. The key wanted the door. It wanted to return home. Then, a tiny crack appeared in the stone. A single black hand reached through from the other side. And slowly, it began searching for me. The black hand searched through the crack. Its fingers were impossibly long, covered in darkness instead of skin. Every movement was slow, patient, as if it already knew. I couldn't escape. The keeper stepped in front of me for the first time. He looked human, not powerful, not mysterious, just tired. So many years, he whispered, so many lives. The creature behind the door struck the stone. The entire library shook. Books crashed from the shelves. The lanterns burst one after another. Only darkness remained. The keeper turned toward me. Listen carefully. Everything you've seen, everything you've remembered, was real. But there is one thing I never told you. He looked down at the black key. You were never chosen to open the last door. He paused. You were chosen to become the next keeper. I couldn't speak. The words echoed inside my mind. No. I whispered, there has to be another way. The keeper smiled sadly. I said the same thing a very long time ago. The black hand pushed farther through the crack. Now I could see part of its arm. The darkness around it moved like smoke. It wasn't flesh. It wasn't shadow.
It was something older, something that shouldn't exist. The keeper slowly placed his hand on my shoulder. If no one stays, it gets out. The room fell silent. I looked at the key, then at the crack, then at the old man. Finally, I understood. My grandfather hadn't failed. He had made a choice. He had protected the world, just as the keeper had, just as I now had to. I walked toward the last door. The creature reached for me. Its fingers stopped only inches from my face. I raised the black key. Instead of placing it into the lock, I threw it into the endless darkness behind the shelves. The key vanished. A deafening roar echoed through the prison. The crack began to close. Slowly, painfully, the black hand struggled to escape. But it was too late. Stone sealed itself once more. Silence returned. The keeper smiled. Then he began to fade. His body turned into thousands of tiny lights, one by one, until nothing remained. Only his voice echoed through the library. The prison is yours now. I stood alone. The lanterns lit themselves again. The books returned to their shelves. Time began to move. Years passed, or perhaps only seconds. I could no longer tell. Sometimes I hear footsteps in the corridor. Sometimes I hear people calling for help. Every night at exactly 3:03, another black door appears somewhere in the world. Someone always opens it. Someone always walks inside. And now, they always find me waiting. Because I am the keeper. And my story has only just begun.